Hello people, I really want to talk about Godzilla X Kong again, the new Empire again, and how the movie didn't really make that much sense for Mothra in that movie. And I'm going to mention Godzilla King of the Monsters in this because, how Mothra just appeared out of nowhere like that didn't really sit well with me. Like, did Mothra already laid an egg when she went to go and fight King Ghidorah with Godzilla and Rodan in the mix? Like it didn't really make that much sense to me how she just appeared out of nowhere just like that. It really did. Like I have a lot of the Mothra movies, and especially Godzilla vs. Mothra 2. Mothra starts off as an egg first, and a caterpillar, like a big gigantic kaiju caterpillar, and she turns herself into the beautiful Mothra, what we know and love. Like, is that how it works? You know, like, they completely annoyed that whole, side of that story of her transformation. You know, how she transforms into, her lava stage and her moth stage and everything else. It didn't really make that much sense to me. That whole part of that movie, like how she just came out of nowhere, like basically and practically came out of nowhere. It's just like it didn't really sit well with me, that part there, but she was beautiful. I'm not going to lie, she was beautiful. But the way how she just appeared in the movie, it didn't really make that much sense to me. But the thing is, right, I kind of predicted back in the days in my head, like, I knew the people, the Iwi people, the Skull Island people, that had something to do with Mothra in a way back in them days, because when that girl, that photographer, right, when she was taking pictures and everything else, and I seen a symbol. It's very familiar. It looks like a crucifix symbol, and that represents Mothra. And I kind of knew from back then the Iwi people have something to do with Mothra, kind of like this little girl who I don't really know her name. I'm just going to say that she can't hear, like the girl who can't hear, and like the deaf girl in the movie. I believe she was another form of, she's a different form, of the fairy girls, in the two fairy girls in the actual Mothra movies and Godzilla movies in general. She plays that certain role, what they do. I don't really know her character that well. Don't know the name of the character that well. But she plays the role of the two fairy girls. And I predicted that back in the days before, and I watched the end credits for Kong Skull Island of the war about to happen in Godzilla King of the Monsters. I knew the Iwi people actually do play an important role of Mothra's life and origin story. And yeah, because I did see one of the iwi people actually have a crucifix mark or tattoo on them. I have to do a video on that. They practically told us in front of our faces back then. But just the movie itself, like, it really drained me, burned me out. Like how Godzilla was not more in this movie and everything else. I did want to leave the cinema two to three times. And yeah, it was just, it really burned me out, that whole movie in general. Yeah. Well, that's it. That's one of the topics I do want to talk about in this movie came out for Godzilla. And yeah, talk to you all guys again. See you, goodbye, and God bless.